What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Comic Breakdown. In this video, we are jumping into Sabretooth and the Exiles, issue number 2. There's been a lot going on when it comes to Sabretooth. For breaking a foundational law of Krakoa, murder no man, Sabretooth had been condemned to exile in the pit. He found himself in the company of individuals like Toad, Orphan-Maker, Nanny, Melter, Third Eye, Madison Jeffries, Oya, and Necra. But with Sabretooth eventually escaping and leaving the fellow exiles, his freedom had been short-lived because he was captured by Orcus. He was taken to Station 6, where Dr. Barrington performed twisted medical experiments on all mutant prisoners. And while the other exiles, they were able to escape the pit, they go to track down Sabretooth. They go to this Orcus prison, but that is where they find Dr. Barrington. That is where they find what they call the Creation, a human enhanced with the spoils of all her experiments. And to top it all off, they have captured OrphanMaker. Now, we don't know the full stint of OrphanMaker's abilities, but we do know that having OrphanMaker in the wrong hands, this could cause a devastational impact. What Nanny says could be an extinction level event. And so now, teaming up with Sabretooth, they have to go rescue OrphanMaker. And if you want to learn more about OrphanMaker, this is the comic to learn it in. Sabretooth and the Exiles really seems like they are going to be exploring what OrphanMaker is truly capable of. So make sure you guys have subscribed to the channel, make sure that you like this video, and with that being said, let's dive into this breakdown. Alright gang, so as we dive into this issue, we have Necra, and she is beating the crap out of Sabretooth. Not sure if Sabretooth is just not trying or if he is in this weak of a state, but she actually kind of feels bad about this situation. She feels bad that Sabretooth isn't fighting back. The truth is, there is something off with Sabretooth. More than likely, what the doctor put inside of his liver is causing him to be in this weakened state, with Necra done beating the crap out of him, at least for the moment, making him pay for leaving them behind. Oya takes her to the side because they have an option. That option is like the ultimate punishment for our boy Sabretooth. Doug Ramsey gave them a seed from Krakoa. They were told to plant it as soon as they found Sabretooth, that it would be his punishment. But for the time being, they are putting that to the side, with Necra not knowing what it will actually do. She's not sure if she is willing to use it even on the likes of Sabretooth. But moreover, they left Krakoa behind. They were exiled by Krakoa. Most of them really didn't even do anything that serious, or it was simply an accident. They see the hypocrisy that the Quiet Council is. They see the hypocrisy when it comes to the X-Force and everything else. They want to get as far away from Krakoa as they possibly can. That is what takes us to Station 2 with Dr. Barrington, after she had created the Barrington Coil, the device that has been put inside of Sabretooth to see if it stops his healing factor. And while she talks to the board, they let her know that she is nothing more than a freelancer for Orcus. The truth is, she doesn't actually belong to Orcus per se, and they don't really want to hear anything from her, especially after losing the last station. They want results from her, or she is going to be fired. Now, the whole reason she called is because she has OrphanMaker in custody, not telling them that she has him. She's simply going to experiment on him, try to get his armor off. Once she has results, then she'll call them back. That is where Third Eye begins to give us a briefing, letting us know where Station is to, somewhere in the Ring of Fire. When he made contact with Dr. Barrington, this is the location that he saw, and so they assume this is where OrphanMaker is. That is when Sabretooth does bring up the question on why Nanny is so hell-bent on rescuing OrphanMaker. What danger could OrphanMaker pose in the hands of the enemy? This is when we learn some more truth about OrphanMaker's origin, saying that Mr. Sinister discovered Peter and he kept him as a promising experiment. He meant to use Peter as some kind of doomsday weapon. When all else fails, blow up everything. Now, Sinister assumed that he would be able to skirt away unharmed and plan and scheme like he always does. But he was wrong. He didn't grasp the level of Peter's destructiveness. This is extinction level stuff. Once he grasped the scale of it, he decided it was easier to eliminate the child. And so Nanny, doing what she does, not wanting the boy to be killed, and claiming to be a better scientist than Sinister, Nanny came up with a solution to save the child. If they are able to get him out of his suit, the suit that protects him, the suit that not even Sinister could be able to get off, that they will all find out how terrifying all of this truly is. Find out what was so terrifying that it scared even Sinister. That is what takes us to Station 2, with Madison Jeffries talking to the station because it is completely automated, which means they can get their way in and out of the station relatively easily. They want to get in, find OrphanMaker, and also understand the scope of what they are doing inside of these prisons. With Sabretooth saying that he is going to go and do the intelligence gathering, some of the others believe that maybe Sabretooth is just going to take off. Maybe he's just going to run. And he does tell them that they are right in not trusting him, but at least for the moment, they are going to have to because they have the same goal. And so while they go in their opposite directions, we pick up with the Doctor. Everything that they are using is unable to crack open OrphanMaker's armor. Not even the creation is able to open it up. With OrphanMaker letting us know that is because Nanny designed this armor very special for OrphanMaker. This is armor that can never come off. There is only one way to take it off. The Doctor and the creation both shocked that OrphanMaker has been awake the entire time, asking why he didn't say anything about it not being able to come off. He's saying it's because Nanny told him to never talk to strangers. That is when the Doctor tries to probe, doing a line of questioning, trying to figure out what is the one way to take off OrphanMaker's armor. The only way to do so is for OrphanMaker to take it off himself. And that is only if he wants to. He cannot be coerced, he cannot be forced into doing it. It has to be of his own will. This is when the Doctor, she tries to get buddy-buddy with him, taking a different approach, telling him, why don't you take it off? Do you want to take it off? And the truth is, he would really like to take off the armor. But Nanny has told him time and time again that that is the one rule. You do not take off your armor. Manipulating him, messing with his mind, the Doctor is able to convince him that it might be a good idea to take off the armor. With the Doctor saying that she is going to go tell off her boss, the person in charge of her, the person that tells her she can't do things. She is gonna go give that guy a piece of her mind. And this gets OrphanMaker thinking that maybe I can just do what I want as well. With the Exiles walking into a room that is full of prison cells. We have mutants of all kind from all over. They have all been trapped, they have all been imprisoned, and they are all used for experiments. But before they're able to truly do anything, this is where we see the creation yelling out of my way as she plummels through walls and everything. This is when Necra takes the opportunity to put the creation down. But the creation is letting them know that she didn't come here to fight. The creation is running away. That is where we see OrphanMaker, his helmet just barely off, apologizing to Nanny because he made a mistake, that he should have listened to Nanny. That is when the creation says that he killed her. Supposedly, he killed Dr. Barrington by just taking off his helmet. Now, OrphanMaker says that he didn't, that she's not dead, but he did take off his helmet and she was standing right before him. This is when Nanny says that if the doctor didn't die, she has at the very least been exposed to an unimaginable power set. And if they don't do something quickly, his helmet, it will utterly fail and it will expose it to everybody. He is currently having a meltdown and they have to do something to stop it. Now, of course, Sabretooth's answer is to simply dump the kid into a volcano and call it a day. And for all he cares, they can also dump Nanny as well because Nanny is unwilling to leave OrphanMaker behind. The rest of the exiles letting Sabretooth know there is no way in hell that they are doing his plan, that they are going to find a way, they are going to find an option. That is when Third Eye gets an idea, a kind of reset, a way to shift them. Never doing it with this many people, he is going to take them to a place where reality can be rewritten. He is taking all of them to the astral plane. And that will be the end of this issue. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. I think that this is truly building to OrphanMaker being an Omega level mutant. Just him having his armor off could very easily cause an extinction level event. Now, I'm not saying that that makes him an Omega level. I'm saying that I could see him learning his abilities and this eventually becoming an Omega level mutant. It is definitely on the table because in his uncontrolled state, just taking his armor off would cause the entire world to come to an end. They're being very vague on what this power exactly is. Even Nanny going on to say that it's just an unimaginable power set. We don't know what that means. Maybe he's like a nuclear reactor. Maybe he is just pure radiation. Maybe he is a pure kind of energy that is so unstable that it has to be contained. But they have been very vague on what OrphanMaker can actually do. We know that his armor is almost impenetrable. Nothing that they have done has been able to crack it, even scratch it. But as we learn in this issue, it has absolutely nothing to do with his actual mutant gifts. In fact, the armor, the only thing it truly does is keep his mutant gift contained inside. But I think by the end of this run, we are really gonna see what OrphanMaker can do and where he is gonna go. We're gonna figure out his power sets. We're gonna figure out just how powerful he can be. And if he can cause extinction level events just by taking off all of his armor, imagine what he could do if he learned to control it. So let me know your thoughts. Let me know your theories. If you would like to get completely caught up on everything going on with Sabretooth and Sabretooth in the Exiles, be sure to check out the link in my description as well as the top of this video. It is gonna get you completely caught up on everything going on with this series. If you would like to support the channel, you can always do so by joining the channel membership. Much like Patreon, having 5 different tiers, from $1 to $50. From loyalty badges to getting free comics every single month. Not only does this help out the channel tremendously, but you are getting tons of perks in the process. Now, if you are unable to do this, do me a favor, subscribe to the channel, like this video, hit that notification bell, and with that being said, until the next breakdown.